Hello and welcome to the Lazy Gardener. Today we're going to be sowing some Chantenay carrots. As people that have watched my previous videos know, I'm terrible at growing carrots, but I've had an idea. I'm going to grow them undercover, so no carrot fly, in some glue roll holders, well, cardboards anyway, and I'm going to do it in just plain compost and perlite with some blood and bone meal in there, because I'm not going to feed them until they come to full term. And I mean, they're actually only so they're only the miniature carrots, so they won't take very long at all to grow. In fact, they take longer to germinate than anything else. God, that scared me of the fly. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking out all the little bits, because with carrots they fork as soon as they touch a tiny little thing. They like a little bit of grit, or you see there's like a hard piece of compost, so they will fork. So I'm not going to go crazy and sieve it, but I'm going to just make sure that it's quite fine. Okay, so my mad quest to get some carrots. Okay, so I've got loads of these toilet roll holders. I'm going to stick them all over there. La, 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 la. And a chewing gum wrapper. Great. Right, so I'm going to do it here actually. I'm going to take some of this. Oh, there's a lump. I'm going to take some and I'm going to put it very carefully, without wasting any, as you can see, in there. I'm going to fill it right up to the top. Don't pick it up because it will fall out. Right. Then the next one. Make sure you get all the lumps out. Oh, the finesse in this is obviously very, very amazing. Alright, so I'm not going to compress it down too much, because carrots are very, very funny about soil. So there. Because they're a root vegetable that really does depend on their taproot. There we go. Oh, lump. So just constantly feel for this. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I have high expectations. It'll probably just fall apart, but I did think that this was a good idea to use up all these empty toilet papers, bog rolls. I was saving them for my daughter to do, to make monsters out of. I thought it would be quite a sweet idea, but she told me that's very uncool, so I didn't know. I didn't realise 5-year-olds had a concept of cool, so just keep going till the end. Get quite a few of these. They're all different sizes. So they're only small things, and hopefully I'll get a nice load of carrots out of here, because I do know quite a few people complain about growing carrots. There are some people that just grow carrots like they're not hard to grow, but I'm not one of them. So I've grown them before, but I never really get a decent sized root, or I have problems with them germinating. So I'm hoping that this will solve both problems. If not, planting out will, which I know you're not meant to, but I tried that already. And hopefully in about 30-ish, well, 20 to 30 days, these will have germinated under cover, and then I'll put them under the grow lights, which are behind me, and we will see if I get a nice rate out of this. If so, I'm just going to keep all the toilet paper holders and do this every year, because God knows that they're difficult to grow. And I mean, at the moment I've only got tiny little plants. I'm probably going to put these out into the cold frame if they do take off, only because A, I can close them off, and B, I'm going to have all my cold weather crops in here, and they do get quite huge before I set them out for the winter. Okay. So that I don't waste the ground. There we go. Oh, almost done. Right, I'm thinking that I'm going to, oh, that was such a clever idea. What did I say? Don't do that. Sorry, my emergency lights keep going on and off because, I don't know, they only do that for like 30 seconds, so I should be alright now. Right. Oh, almost out of compost, look. So yeah, like I said, only got blood and bone meal in this because I don't want to feed them. So I think that's half my problem, is I'm feeding them and it's giving them beautiful, I mean absolutely lovely, luscious leaves. Whereas if I neglect them a little bit, same as the potatoes, if you neglect them a little bit, they're always for better with root veg. They don't want to be pampered, they just want to be left alone to do their thing. So, notice with the potatoes, if you water them too much, they're not happy. So they just want to be left alone, so I'll just let them get on with it. Stick them in with some organic fertiliser to start off with, and then just ignore them. Right, so chantennays, which are these ones, are they? Nope, that's rainbow mix. These are the chantennays. Right. And they aren't a heirloom variety. I prefer the heirlooms because then you can keep the seeds. But let's see how these go. There. God, couldn't get them open, could I? Right. Normally you mix these with sand, but I'm fresh out of sand. So there's the seeds. They're quite teeny tiny. All carrot seeds look the same, really. Right, I'm going to take 2 or 3 and I'll thin them out. So I don't really like thinning out, to be honest, but because I've had such a bad germination rate with carrots, it's kind of worth it. Either that or you end up getting a couple here that don't grow at all. So it's worth the risk of. And you need, with carrots, you really need to water them in, really. They don't like it too dark, or they won't germinate. Too deep down in the soil, they won't germinate. They're a bit of divas, really, carrots. So really thin, just make sure. I mean, they're not too bad, the seeds, really, because they're big enough to handle, really, once you're used to putting out seeds. In the last few weeks, all I've been doing is sowing seeds. How it feels anyway. I had my first harvest of lettuce today, though, which was nice. Just put a couple more around because I don't think they're going to do very well. And then, just went everywhere. Right, water them in really well. So, as you water it, you'll notice the soil will go down. And it will take, the little seed will be dragged down by the water. That's what we're looking for. Don't help it, don't touch it, don't look at it, and it should be alright. So, yeah, this is what I found with the carrot seedlings, is they don't like being handled too much or being pulled about too much. So just leave them. Sometimes that is what you need to do, especially with root veg. They don't really like being pampered or anything. So what I'm going to do is keep them moist, which is really important. If they get dried up, they will not come up. So I'm going to keep them moist. I'm going to keep them like this. nice and close together, save some space. And I'm going to put them in a nice, I'm probably not going to put these in a cupboard actually, I'm going to try putting these on the side in the freezer, so it's obviously not cold in the freezer, on the freezer, not in the freezer. And what I'll do is I'll check them every day, and as soon as I see a little bit of growth on them, sorry, the compost has gone up my down my throat. So what I'm going to do is as soon as I see a tiny little bit of growth on these, I will put them under the lamps, and they will stay there for their whole lives. They're going to have a very pampered lives, these, and hopefully we'll get some of these Chantenay carrots coming out of there. 1 per cell would be the idea here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in total. Which is actually quite a nice haul for these baby carrots, and then they'll go quite nicely with my other root vegetables to make something like a stew or a soup, and I'll can that up and take it to work. So very excited about this. So thank you for watching. Give us a like please, or just watching it's really great, and thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.